Whoop.
Okay, maybe not more than therapy. Confession time. I've never actually been to a therapist.
Stop it. Get some help.
But you know what? Hula hooping has been my secret weapon for clearing my head when I feel like I'm drowning in stress, anxiety, or that lovely cocktail of self-doubt. You know the one, where you either want to cry in the shower or throw your phone at the wall. Yeah, that. Somehow, a hoop and some music made all those feelings vanish into thin air, like magic. Let's rewind for a second. Picture this, little me, a playground, and a hula hoop. That might as well have been a portal to another dimension. I was a hooping queen. Waist hoops, arm tricks, even tossing it in the air and catching it. It felt more like fun than exercise, because, let's face it, exercise wasn't part of my vocabulary back then. Fast forward to adult me, all grown up, anxious, and feeling like life was sitting on my chest. I didn't even consider hula hooping as a remedy until one random day, a thought hit me. What if I tried it again? It's a toy, right? How bad could it be? Well, it was the best decision ever. Now, somewhere around 18 or 19, life started to catch up with me in all the wrong ways. Late nights, junk food, stress eating. I was a walking recipe for anxiety soup. I didn't even see it coming, but slowly a fog of guilt, stress, and meh was creeping over me. You know when you wake up and feel guilty for just existing? Yeah, I was in that weird mental fog. I'd shuffle around with this invisible weight on my chest, not even sure what was wrong, but I knew one thing, something had to change, and fast. First things first, I got myself a weighted hula hoop. Yes, a weighted one because apparently I enjoy pain.
Huh?
Just kidding, but bruises. I didn't even realize you could bruise from hula hooping, but there I was, looking like I'd been in a tiny, very specific fight. It wasn't like I forgot how to hoop. It's not that hard to keep the thing spinning, but let's just say it wasn't as graceful as my childhood memories had promised. Still, something was happening. With every awkward spin of that hoop, my brain started to quiet down. The repetitive motion was oddly relaxing, like I'd hoop and the world around me would fade. Suddenly I could breathe again. Even on those days when I felt like crawling into bed and pretending I didn't exist, I'd force myself to hoop. I'd watch TV while doing it, multitasking like a pro. At first it felt ridiculous, but it turned into this weirdly relaxing routine. Mindless TV, mindless hooping, mindless stress relief. Eventually I ditched the bruises and switched to a lighter, smaller hoop, and that's when things got fun. I wasn't just spinning a hoop anymore, I was dancing with it. I started moving my body in ways that felt good. It wasn't about getting fit or burning calories anymore, it was more about feeling free. I'd crank up my favourite songs, close my eyes, and let the hoop take over. No rules, no pressure, just pure movement. For those few minutes, I wasn't stressed or anxious. I wasn't thinking about what I needed to do next. I was just here, in the moment, hooping like nobody was watching. Because... be real, nobody was. The bruises faded, but what stayed was this sense of rhythm and flow. It was just me, the music, and my hoop doing our own little thing. Now, don't get me wrong, hooping didn't magically make all my problems disappear. There were still days where guilt came creeping back in like an unwanted house guest. You know the drill. You're not doing enough or you're not good enough, but here's the twist. Now I had an escape plan. Instead of walling around in those crappy feelings, I'd grab my hoop and get moving. Even 5 minutes could make a world of difference. I didn't have to think, I just had to move. As the hoop spun, so did my negative thoughts, until they slowly spun right out of my mind.
Damn!
Here's a little tip. Sometimes you just have to splash cold water on your face, grab your hoop and move. Even if it's a weird little wiggle in your living room, just move. I also owe a lot to B. Varga, the hula hooper. I'd pop on one of her videos when I needed motivation to get up and get hooping, and every time without fail I felt better afterwards. The biggest takeaway from all this? I learned how to be gentle with myself. We're all our own worst critics, aren't we? Always feeling like we should be doing more, being more, but through this hooping adventure I realised realised that sometimes just showing up is enough. Moving my body, even if it's just a silly little dance, is enough. I don't need to be perfect, and I don't need to have everything figured out. There's real power in small, consistent acts of self-care, and for me, hooping became one of those acts. It reminded me that it's okay to take things one day at a time, to let go of perfectionism, and find joy in the simple act of moving my body. I mean, who knew a plastic circle could be so life-changing?
Oh my god! Wow!
Now, I'm not here to say that hula hooping is a replacement for therapy, but for me, it became a personal escape, a way to take control of my mental health in small but meaningful ways. It's taught me the importance of movement, rhythm, and mindfulness in fighting off those waves of anxiety and self-doubt. Most importantly, it's shown me that self-care doesn't have to be some grand, complicated thing. Sometimes all you need is a hoop, some music, and a few minutes to reconnect with yourself. Is it a miracle cure? Nope, but I still have my bad days. I still make some questionable decisions, like eating an entire packet of biscuits in one sitting. But the shifting my mood, well, that's night and day. Now I wake up actually wanting to start the day, and that's progress. And hey, if you're into what I'm doing, show some love. Visit my site for stickers, bookmarks, and custom commissions, portraits, illustrations, whatever. Plus, check out Super Poppy, my children's book about a heroic guinea pig. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. So, what about you? Have you ever stumbled across an unexpected activity that helped you clear your mind? Something that wasn't your typical self-care, but still worked wonders? And what did you learn from it? See you!